Hey there, guys. Dr. Corey here, where we bring rehab and recovery to you, taking you from pain to 100% progress. Tonight's topic is on tendon treatment, how to properly heal while limiting setbacks. All right, this past month, we went through the whole series on what a tendon is, right? The most commonly injured tendon in the body, which if you haven't seen that, as always, go back and watch. It's going to be this tendon here, the extensor tendon of the elbow, all right? Different levels of injury of tendons, right? And then how to properly treat them is our topic for tonight. Do you have any idea how to do this? Put it down below in the comments if you're checking this out on Facebook or if you're catching the replay on YouTube. If not, listen up, stop wasting your time searching the internet endlessly, using AI tools like ChatGPT or asking that random guy in the gym who told you this worked for him, right? Because it's probably not going to work for you. The body's super complex and you need to understand that. All right, so we're going to use the example of tendinopathy of the Achilles tendon, which used to be called tendonitis a while ago. This is all based on research, up and coming. And this is something we deal with quite a bit when we talk to clients. We deal with a lot of runners, a lot of weightlifters, people who jump quite a bit, like volleyball players and basketball players. They're going to be in this kind of usually common group of people who suffer from the issue with their Achilles tendon. So, three phases in detail we're going to talk about: phase one, phase two, and phase three. Simple enough, right? Phase one, we're going to start with and break down. And this is from the book called Rehab Science by Dr. Tom Walters. So I cannot take credit for this, but I do use a lot of this information with clients because it works really, really well. Okay. Why not? So I want to give credit where it's due and not plagiarize or anything like that. Okay. So in phase one, there are a couple different goals, right? We want to alleviate calf and Achilles pain, number one. We want to relieve ankle and foot stiffness overall. And then we want to warm up for the phases two and three to come after this phase. Okay, so with these exercises, you want to perform them every day. You're going to need a couple different tools, and there's really just two simple things because you're going to be doing a lot of mobilizations or a lot of kind of soft tissue work, so to speak, right? So this is stuff you can do on your own, guys, and save some money, right? By buying a $10, $15 foam roller on Amazon or getting a small lacrosse ball from like Dick's Sporting Goods or something like that, a local sporting goods store, right? Rather than paying $100 for a session from a massage therapist. Not to say that they won't do a good job, but you can do more of this frequently on your own for lower and cheaper costs, which is our goal of making this video for you. So all you need is this nice little kind of lacrosse ball here, right? And then all you need is a foam roller, right? You can get a small one like this, or you get a nice bigger one. That's usually, I think, 24 inches on Amazon. You can kind of check those out, read the reviews and everything. Make sure it's a good, reputable brand. Okay, so you want to get those two things, and then you want to move to phase two only when you have no pain at rest, right? When you're just hanging out, when you're working during the day, and then when you have no more than mild pain, which is a 3 out of 10 with your exercises. Okay. And some examples of exercises is using that foam roller to just roll out your calves. You can do both at the same time. If you have it on both legs, you can do one over the other at a time to get more pressure through it. Obviously, single leg is going to be more intense than double leg. So start with double leg, switch to single leg to make it more progressive in nature. And then plantar fascia rolling, you can put that ball on the ground. You can sit and roll the bottom of your foot out. When it's not that intense, you can stand up, put more pressure through it. Start at the base of your heel, work along the arch and the outer ports of the foot, all the way down to the base of the toes, right? Spend a good 1 to 2 minutes doing that. Double leg calf raises with the legs straight. Double leg calf raises with the knees bent is another good one. And then single leg calf isometrics, right? Isometrics, usually you're doing 4 or 5 repetitions, holding for 30 to 45 seconds per repetition. This is really important. Listen up here. If you have insertional Achilles tendonitis, meaning your pain is on the base of your heel, right at that calcaneus or heel bone, do not do these off of a step or off of a stair. Okay. That stretch is going to put too much pressure and pull on the tendon. It's going to actually make your pain worse, and it's going to make your recovery take longer. So if it's insertional, you need to be doing it off of the ground with all your heel raises. You do not want to stretch your Achilles tendon if it's insertional. If it's mid tendon, which most cases are like halfway up the tendon or towards the calf muscle, then it's okay to do stuff where you're stretching it or you're hanging off the edge of a step. All right. That's super, super important. If you're going to take anything from tonight, take that portion. Phase two, we want to reduce calf and Achilles pain. And then we want to build early muscle and tendon strength of the area around and warm up for phase three to come. So this one, you're going to perform 3 or 4 days a week on average. You need a couple different things for this one. You're going to need a resistance band, right? Something like this. It can be long. You can kind of wrap it and tie it around things. You're going to need some dumbbells, right? Have some kind of lightweight dumbbells here. And then you're also going to need a really big physio ball, otherwise known as a Swiss ball, okay? Something like this. And this baby is 65 centimeters. So that's a pretty good size. It's a medium. There's small, medium, and large. I would go with either medium or large if you're looking for a good Swiss ball. Okay, and that's Reebok brand. Pretty good. I've had it for like 3 years. Hasn't popped or anything yet, knock on wood. So those are what you need. You're going to move to phase 3 from this current phase 2 when you can do all those exercises that I'm going to mention in a second with no more than a mild pain, 3 out of 10 or less. Okay, super important. Single leg calf eccentrics off of a step with the knees straight. That's where your heels are hanging off the edge of a step. You can use your stairs. You come up on 2, so you do a double leg heel raise with your leg straight, and then you pick one leg up and you lower on the other leg. All right, come up on 2, pick one leg up, lower on the other leg, and you switch and alternate from repetition to repetition. You can also do single leg calf eccentrics off of the ground, okay, with the knees bent. With the knees bent, it's going to be harder off the step, so usually we have people do it off of the ground. Doesn't put as much pull on the Achilles, and you would do it the same exact way I just explained. Banded ankle inversion, right? Your ankle has 4 motions. It does plantar flexion forward, dorsiflexion backwards, inversion inwards, and eversion outwards. So inversion is just moving that foot inwards. Okay, why are we strengthening inversions? Because it's one of the functions of the actual calf, right? Your calf actually assists to push your foot inwards, so we need to strengthen that up. The other 2 exercises to wrap up with are split squats. You can hold dumbbells, do a split squat standing in place with one leg in front of the other, just lowering and hiring, right, for time or for repetitions. And then ball hamstring curls are great too to build up those hamstrings because that's going to really help protect that Achilles too and travel down that chain. So that is phase 2. If you have questions, as always, post them below. And then phase 3, our final one as we wrap up here, is going to be to increase ankle and Achilles strength, right? Just like we've been working on along with the calf, and preventing ankle pain and injury. Okay, prevention is super, super important. Perform 3 or 4 days a week, just like for phase 2, but now we're doing 3 sets of about 10 to 15 reps. So we're in that kind of muscular endurance stage, right? You should be going very close to failure, and you want to feel a significant amount of fatigue in phase 3 compared to phase 2. All you really need are your handy dandy dumbbells. Probably go up in weight a little bit. Like these are 10, you might want to go up to like 15 or 20, right? Increase that resistance, build up some strength and cross-sectional area of the muscle tissue. And then you want to move to a full body routine when you have no pain at rest and no pain with exercises. That's the best time to transition to using your full body, get some blood flow going to other areas, get nutrients to other areas, get that whole muscle kind of groups warm and have it translate over to doing other things. Right? Rather than stopping like everyone else does and then having this issue come back, right? If you transition to a full body routine, you're going to have a better likelihood of being able to recover fully longer term, right? The examples of some of these exercises are going to be single leg calf raises with the knee straight. You can do that off of a step or off of the ground. If it's insertional, do not do it off of the step because you don't want to stretch the tendon. You can do single leg calf raise with the knees bent, again, off of the step or off the ground. And you're doing actual repetitions here, guys, not isometrics. Skater squat, it's like a single leg pistol squat, but instead of the leg going in front of you, the leg is going to go behind you a little bit. You can put like a nice pad on the ground, have you touch your knee to the ground behind you, and then come back up. All right, really good for single leg balance and stability. If that's really easy, do it on an AirX pad or a foam pad to make it a little more difficult to challenge your foot and ankle stability. Next one is forward lunge. You can grab 2 dumbbells, right? Do forward lunge walking over a distance for 10 to 15 reps, or just standing in place, going forward, coming back. And then this is one of my favorites from the Rehab Science book, tiptoe walk with dumbbells. It's kind of like farmer's walks. You're holding 2 dumbbells by your sides and you're bending into like probably like 50% of your depth of your squat. And then you're just doing walks on your tippy toes forwards and then turn around and come back to where you started. And you could do 10 to 15 reps of that. So awesome exercises. If you're dealing with Achilles tendonitis, this is a great 3-phase plan for you. And you would do the same exact thing for any other type of tendon issue, right? I'm using Achilles as a kind of just example here, but you guys can use this for anything else, right? If it was tennis elbow, you would do the same type of progressions. You would just use different exercises, right? So definitely, like if you have questions on this, let me know. But active range of motion exercises, right? Mobilizations like doing the foam rolling and soft tissue work and isometrics play a very, very important role in tendon health. So make sure you're doing those. If you're not, the tendons need to be getting more and more blood flow. So typically, the more frequently you do these things, the better off you're going to be and the better you're going to heal pretty much in a less amount of time. Okay, simple as that. So now you know how to heal a tendon injury when we're talking about a tendinopathy or tendonitis. You can always use this guide for a tendinosis injury. If you don't know what a tendinosis is, go back 2 videos and watch that where we explain it in detail. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And remember, at Choffner Rehab and Recovery, we reassess, We pick up where traditional PT left off with your rehab and recovery to help you as a weightlifter return to 100%. All you need is a phone signal because we do it online. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you next week. We're going to shift topics to talking about muscle injuries, which I am super excited for. All right. So get your notes out and have a great rest of your day.